An American music icon. Prince, the innovative, one-of-a-kind artist who's given us so much great music over the decades.
He looked at the console, listened one more time, then hit mute. The bass line was gone. Just like that, it's 1984. Prince makes a decision that no one, literally no one, saw coming. He takes the bass out of When Doves Cry, not turns it down, not tweaks it. He erases it forever. And I keep thinking, why? Why would someone known for deep grooves and funky rhythms remove the very thing that held it all together? And here's the twist. It worked. Actually, it didn't just work. It blew up. When Doves Cry becomes the biggest song of the year. But this wasn't just about a hit. This moment, this one decision, changed Prince's career and pop music forever. I produce music too. I know that moment when everything sounds right but feels wrong. Would you have the guts to take something away instead of adding more? So here's the question I want you to sit with. What happens when you remove the one thing everyone expects to hear? Let's talk about how a muted bass line rewrote the rules.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Prince.
Before he erased that bass line, Prince was already breaking rules. He grew up in Minneapolis, quiet kid, wild talent. By his teens, he wasn't just writing songs. He was producing full tracks, playing every instrument himself. Drums, guitar, keys, and bass. Especially bass. I mean, Prince loved bass. You can hear it all over his early records. That deep, punchy groove. He got it from guys like Larry Graham, who basically invented slap bass. That sound shaped Prince's world. It gave his music its swagger. Out of that, he built what people now call the Minneapolis sound. A sharp electronic blend of funk, rock, and new wave. Heavy on synths, drum machines, and always that deep low end holding it all together. So, yeah, when Doves Cry came around, no one expected silence. Not from him, not in the bass. That's what makes this so wild. Prince didn't just do something different. He broke his own formula. He walked into the studio with everything he loved and decided to rip part of it out. And that's where it gets real. Because it's one thing to defy the industry, it's another to defy yourself.
You still like going out doing dates?
Oh man, that's my life. I got into the music business because I loved playing so much.
It's early 1984. Prince is at Sunset Sound, a studio in LA. He's locked in, writing, producing, playing every note himself. He's not just working on an album, he's building Purple Rain, a movie, a soundtrack, a legacy. And one night, he starts tracking a new song. He lays down a drum machine groove, some icy synth lines, a searing guitar part. Then he adds the bass. Solid, smooth, it fits. Everything sounds good, too good. That's when he stops. Something feels off, like it's finished, but not alive. I've felt that before, when a song is technically perfect, but emotionally flat. Prince heard it too. He didn't want safe. He wanted raw, real. So he does the unthinkable. He solos the bass track, listens, then deletes it. No safety copy, no backup plan. His engineer, Peggy McCreary, watches. She's stunned. Prince just shrugs and says, "Nobody's gonna believe I did this." He's right, because that one move, erasing the bass, turned this song into something nobody had ever heard before. Not clean, not polished, but electric with tension. This is the part that still gets me. Most artists build a track and then keep stacking layers. More synths, more vocals, more shine. That's the safe way. That's the radio way. But Prince wasn't chasing comfort. He was chasing feeling. And When Doves Cry wasn't supposed to make you dance, it was supposed to hurt. So he hits mute on the bass. Gone. The bottom just drops out. Now imagine standing in that studio. You hit play, and suddenly the song feels like it's floating in midair. There's no foundation, just a drum machine, pulsing like a heartbeat, keys that sound like distant echoes, and Prince's voice. dry, exposed, pleading. It's naked, it's strange, it's brilliant. That silence where the bass should have been, it creates tension. You expect the groove to drop, and it never does. That's what hooks you. It leaves space for emotion to cut through. And yeah, it was risky. Even the label was nervous. No bass? On a pop single? But Prince didn't care. He trusted that silence could say more than sound. And he was right, because in that space, you hear everything clearer. His pain, his genius, his fearlessness. And once you've heard it like that, you can't imagine it any other way.
Mainly, I sensed a great deal of negativity and entropy in the music.
Now that we're halfway through, if you're as intrigued by this story as I am, and you appreciate music with real depth, consider subscribing. We're building a community that truly gets what music is about. The song drops, radio stations pick it up, people hear those first few bars, sharp drum machine and that haunting guitar lick, and they're waiting for the bass to hit. It never does. And that silence, it messes with you. At first, you think something's wrong, like your speakers are broken. Where's the low end? Where's the groove? But then, you keep listening. You start to feel it. That emptiness pulls you in. Suddenly, every little detail feels louder. Prince's voice cracks in just the right spots. The guitar stabs hit harder. The keyboards echo like thoughts bouncing in your head. You're not dancing. You're watching something unravel. That missing bass line makes everything else stand out. It creates space for emotion. You don't just hear the heartbreak. You sit in it. And people didn't just notice. They remembered. When Dove's Cry didn't just chart, it exploded. 5 weeks at #1. Billboard's biggest song of 1984. It wasn't a fluke. It was a shockwave, because Prince did something no one else dared to do. He made a hit single that sounded empty, and in doing that, he created something unforgettable. That one decision, deleting the bass, didn't just change a song. It made people rethink what a song could be. After When Doves Cry hit #1, the industry started asking questions. How did this work? Why did this work? This was a song with no bass, released at a time when bass was everything. Funk, R&B, rock, pop, it all lived in the low end. Yet here was Prince, dropping a hit without it. And the craziest part? It didn't feel like something was missing. It felt like something had been unlocked. That silence became a weapon, a creative choice. And suddenly, other artists started to notice. You hear echoes of it in his later songs, like Kiss, another massive hit, built on a dry drum beat, some tight guitar, and a whole lot of space. Again, minimal bass. Again, it worked. Prince proved you didn't need to fill every second of a track to make it hit hard. Sometimes holding back is the move. Sometimes the quiet says more than the loud. And that idea spread. Producers started experimenting. Artists started asking different questions. Do we need more here or less? Can we create tension without a wall of sound? That one move gave permission. It showed pop didn't have to be predictable. Soul didn't need to be stuffed with instruments. You could break rules and still top the charts. Prince didn't just rewrite one song. He rewrote what success could sound like. And that ripple still moves through music today, so after Prince did it, others started listening differently. Minimalism became more than an aesthetic. It became a tool, a way to let emotion breathe. You can hear it in artists like The Weeknd. Take Call Out My Name. That track floats in space. Sparse instrumentation, heavy emotion. It's not crowded, it's controlled. Or Billie Eilish. Her songs live in silence. When the party's over, feels like it's holding its breath. The space makes you lean in. That's Prince's fingerprint, even in hip-hop, where bass is king. Producers like Kanye West have pulled it back to create mood. Runaway opens with a single piano note and holds it. You wait, you ache. That tension, that's the lesson Prince left behind. But this wasn't just about sound. It was about courage. Prince gave artists the green light to strip things down, to trust their gut, to choose honesty over volume. He didn't just mute a bass line. He unmuted a new way to feel music. I still think about that moment. Prince, alone in the studio, everyone expecting another funky anthem. And instead, he presses mute, deletes the bass, walks away from what made him famous, just to follow a feeling. That takes guts. Most of us spend our lives trying to get it right, make things fuller, louder, better. But Prince, he chased truth, even if it sounded wrong, even if it sounded empty. And that's what made When Doves Cry so powerful. It didn't just bend the rules, it exposed something raw, honest, human. He showed us that silence has a sound, that space has power, that taking something away can sometimes give everything back. So next time you're making something, music, art, anything, ask yourself, what are you afraid to leave out? Because maybe, just maybe, the part you erase is the part that makes it unforgettable.